Welcome to YouTube. Welcome to our first live college basketball game discussion and excuse to be with all of you, our friends, in a long while.
Yes.
You are
Anthony.
I am Daddy. The rest of the world calls me Jay, but I'm his daddy. We are awaiting the start of my alma mater, Marquette, his favorite college basketball team, taking on
The Creighton Blue Jays in Omaha, Nebraska.
Yes. This is one of those great Jesuit basketball rivalries that has been around for ages, for centuries seemingly. But we're waiting for the finish of the Providence Butler game.
What a game.
To be able to see it right now, just a 1-point game for Butler over Providence. For all of you who are joining us, feel free to please subscribe, hit the bell when you subscribe so you get the notifications, and share this video with those you know and say, hey, got some cool stuff over here. So please come and join us.
Yes.
And please join us in the chat as well. We have been in a bit of a college basketball mode since the Super Bowl. Or even before the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we went to Penn Harvard and yesterday St. Joe's against Dayton.
We will be putting up those videos, by the way, in the next few days. The game Penn versus Harvard. But the real thing about that is the fact that it's the location that we went to, even more than the game itself. We went to one of the most historic basketball arenas in the world, the Palestra, here in Philadelphia. And Stephen and Andy, hey there. Joining us from college basketball country, at least I think one of you is. The other one of you, I think, is out in California at the moment. As you said, Andy, jerk. No, all good. Dan Madsen. So what? I know that you love the Daytona 500. That's okay. And we have nothing against the Daytona 500, but we are Marquette.
Yeah.
And when they're playing, that takes priority.
And also, with the schedule we have today, we don't have time for the whole Daytona 500.
Exactly.
We only have time for a 2-hour basketball game.
Right. Life is giving us a lot of to-do lists, shall we say. We've been working on renovating your room, redoing it a bit to try and make it more conducive for not just you, but having family and friends over. Misha Lee, we just see you here. Happy Sunday.
Yes.
We will, and we've been taking care of that before we head to church tonight. We'll be doing that, heading to Mass later tonight. But as I was mentioning, we're going to have the Palestra video up, this amazing basketball arena that we went to 8 days ago. We're going to post that coming up this Tuesday.
Yes.
Finally edited.
He was up until like 4 a.m. on Friday.
4 a.m. Friday night going into Saturday morning. So I was exhausted yesterday when we had our second college basketball experience in recent days, where we were joined by a great channel, a great guy, Dave Toll from the Toll Road, seeing his Dayton Flyers take on
the St. Joe's Hawks.
Another Jesuit school like Marquette, like Creighton. So absolutely. I mentioned this in one of the videos too, is that especially for Catholic universities like these, basketball is their biggest way of, you got it, Dan, we will enjoy the race as well. If you want to, feel free to give us some updates in the chat as well while you're watching it.
Yeah, so now we've got Butler up 2 on Providence. Number 8 Providence, top 10.
Yep.
Who lost to Marquette earlier in the year.
As I was mentioning, I was talking about how with these Catholic universities, especially these Jesuit universities, basketball is their biggest way of getting the word out about what they're doing.
We got game.
Habemus ludum. We got game. That's how they put it in Latin. And that's the biggest PR that they get, the biggest exposure they get is through college basketball. That's why these games and these teams mean so much to these smaller universities. What just happened? Dude just got rejected.
Providence blocks, but it's going to be Providence ball.
And it's off Butler. So with 1.8 seconds left while we're waiting for the Marquette game to start.
Oh, and it hit him at the end.
Oh, my gosh.
What an unlucky bounce.
I mean, that's just luck of the draw. And this game, by the way, is being played at one of the great other historical basketball sites of the world.
We have a review, though.
Hinkle Fieldhouse.
Yeah.
I can't wait to catch a game there.
Yeah, so we got a review as Butler beat Marquette at Hinkle. That's a huge upset. And can they get it done again against a top 10 team in the Providence Friars?
Of course they can. It's just
they can, will they? And they've struggled. They struggled early in the year at the bottom of the Big East. I think they might have had COVID problems. But it's good to see Butler back in the talk.
Well, oh my gosh. Did something just happen? Did something just happen at the Michigan-Wisconsin game? Oh my gosh. There was an argument between Greg Gard and Juwan Howard, the head coaches of the two teams.
Was that Gardner or a Wisconsin assistant?
Oh no. Juwan Howard, the head coach of Michigan, just threw a punch. Just threw a punch.
At one of the Wisconsin assistants after Wisconsin beat the Wolverines.
I mean, the guy, we're watching the video again. This looks like it's Gard.
Oh, yeah,
that's Greg Gard who got into the argument. And they get separated as we're watching this.
You have a Wisconsin assistant getting in the way. You got cops starting to make their way.
And then I don't think Howard hit Gard, but he threw a punch at someone with Wisconsin. And I don't know what happened.
And then the players started fighting.
It became fisticuffs with the players. This is going to be a very, very serious thing that's about to happen in terms of a lot of suspensions.
Wow,
fines. I could see. I would not be shocked if there was severe discipline on Juwan Howard, possibly a firing. I don't know.
In Michigan, Juwan Howard leading Michigan to such a great season. As here we go.
With 2.5 seconds left with Providence and Butler, they get the ball across half court.
It's up and it is no good.
We're going to overtime there, which means we can't watch the Marquette game because the Providence-Butler game is going to be going to overtime. So I'm going to be sort of giving you live updates as I see it across my Twitter feed. But, yeah.
And the retweets on Twitter just going up by the half second of this with how crazy it is.
So, yeah.
So, yeah, we got on FS2 or Fox Sports app now the game. And once it gets on FS1, we will be talking about that game. But overtime, Big East basketball.
Oh, my gosh.
As we have.
That's the good kind of thing that you see with basketball. Oh, man.
AFN saying.
R.I.P. Dale. Oh, stopping by while you watch NASCAR.
Yes.
And walking with Tamsin. Hey, yes. Thank you for joining us. And it's not a ridiculous time of the day for you now.
Yeah.
It's only 8 p.m., so you can actually have a normal schedule. So, AFN, R.I.P. Dale, is this an anniversary
I would guess
of Dale Earnhardt's death, or is there something that I'm missing here? Probably something I'm missing. I'm gonna try and keep on social media tabs of the Marquette game, but I'm also going to look up what you mean when it comes to.
I'm guessing he's just talking about an anniversary or something.
Let's see. Marquette and Creighton is going to start on FS2.
Yes.
So let me go and find out what's happening there. Let me see if I can switch it over.
Yeah, I don't think.
Bear with me.
Who knows if we get it or not? I don't know. Oh, yeah, AFN saying Dale died at Daytona, and today is the Daytona 500. Yeah, that's what I thought you were saying. And then we have Walking with Tamsin saying we had half term for the Super Bowl, luckily. So here we go. Overtime here. We have Providence and Butler in overtime.
Yeah, we can't get FS2. So.
Yeah.
Well, I'll keep you updated as best I can while I'm watching on the socials, if you will. There he goes, creating a graphic. Creating better graphics.
No, I'm not creating a. Well, kind of, yeah, there. And there we go. So now back to the comments. So yeah. we have Providence versus Butler finishing up, and Marquette versus Creighton starting here.
AFN, I just thought that there was something else that tragically happened that I didn't know about today. Obviously, this is the location of the great Dale Earnhardt and where he passed away as a racer. So let's see. Yeah, it looks as if Marquette's going to be starting off in about 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah, you might.
So we'll miss the start of it, but we'll keep you updated there.
Yeah, we'll try to pull up ESPN or something on the. We have another monitor computer thingy, so we can keep updated with the chat.
Monitor computer thingy. I'd love to go to Best Buy and upgrade my monitor computer thingy. That's something that Apple should actually, or Microsoft should actually market it that way.
As we have Providence, it's a tie game here, 66-66. Butler in the double bonus, Providence in the normal bonus.
Yeah.
About 3 minutes left.
Let's see. Yeah, we don't have anything new update yet.
And do y'all watch NASCAR much? No. On Sundays for us are usually filled with college basketball. So
after the NFL season, it's usually basketball, but on occasion we will.
Yeah. I'll throw on Daytona sometimes, or the Indy 500, not NASCAR, but IndyCar.
How far are they in the race for those of you who are watching Daytona at the moment?
Yeah. Let us know if there's a big crash. We'll try to.
Daytona's not just about crashes.
Yeah, but yeah. So yeah, we're just pulling up. They're on. This is, I think, behind a little bit. But,
they're just on the opening laps at the moment. So
yeah. We're about a lap behind. Google is, at least.
Yes, the technical term for it, Stephen and Andrew, the monitor computer thing. I love it.
So Providence shooting free throws now, trying to win this thing.
And if the race is just starting and is in the very, very early laps, it's probably going to end after this basketball game's done. And I'm a believer that when it comes to 500-mile races, you watch the final 50 miles.
Yeah.
Because that's where the action is.
Yeah.
At least in terms of who's going to win or lose.
Butler had a 2 and they threw it away. Oh.
Man. For those of you who are followers of Stephen and Andy, where we went
and they're only 200 laps. I thought they were 500.
No, it's 200 laps, 500 miles.
Oh, that makes more sense.
But Stephen and Andy, where you've gone on some of your music travels, when we visited the Palestra in Philadelphia, which we're going to show you coming up in a couple of days, that to us was like going to Motown Studios in Detroit, or to Stax Volt in Memphis, or to Muscle Shoals in Alabama. Man, those kind of places, if that's where music just seeps into your soul, basketball was seeping into us at this place.
Yeah.
So definitely check it out once it comes Tuesday morning.
Butler for the lead, and they hit the free throw.
68-67. Where we're watching this game right now, this Providence-Butler game before Marquette starts on our screen. This is at another one of those great historic locations, like the Palestra, Hinkle Fieldhouse.
Indianapolis.
It's where the Indiana high school basketball championships were played for generations.
Yeah.
And it was built around the same time as the Palestra. And it just seeps history in a place that loves basketball. I mean, Philly loves basketball, but Indiana even more.
I don't know how that wasn't a foul there on Providence. Looks like a charge.
We're about halfway through overtime, the first overtime period.
Yeah.
Butler leading Providence 68-67 as we speak.
We will see you, AFN.
You got it.
So Providence takes the lead now, 69-68.
I love back and forth basketball games like this.
Providence is such a great team. They split with Marquette. Marquette came up with a huge upset earlier in Big East play. Might have been their first game. One of their first. As Creighton was as well early in Big East play. Now they're finally getting back. As you can see, this is Marquette. Creighton. It's about 3 minutes to tip. 2 minutes, 3:14 apparently it's going to start.
And because there's a minute 30 left in the Providence-Butler game, it means that there's going to be about 10 minutes of real time before we get the Marquette feed.
Yeah.
So, let's see. As I'm watching the socials, I'm seeing people whom I actually know who are at this game at in Omaha. If it was not a problem to transport 7 children, our friends, That's Amazing, one of the great YouTube channels, great sort of trick shot channels out there.
Yes.
The 7 kids of That's Amazing would be at this game in Omaha because the husband is from Milwaukee, the wife is from Omaha.
Yeah.
And they met at Marquette, but Creighton's been a big part of their life too. So this is sort of like their family game.
Yeah, as Marquette, West Virginia was.
For us.
Earlier this year, Marquette coming out on top. I was pretty happy.
Yeah.
But
we love Mommy.
Yeah, we do.
We love Mommy.
And we love
the
West
Mountaineers.
West Virginia. They took now they're showing it on TV. So, a little back and forth.
They're showing the fight between Juwan Howard, the head coach of Michigan, and Greg Gard, the head coach of the Badgers. They were separated before Juwan Howard struck one of what appears to be a Badgers assistant. And he wasn't a full punch. It was an open face slap, but it was violent.
Yeah. Everyone in the chat, go check each other out here. We have American Football Network, Stephen and Andy. We have
Walking with Tamsin joining us from Scotland.
We have
Misha Lee. Hopefully you're still there.
Dan Madsen, Misha Lee.
Oh, tell us, Misha Lee, since you're from this area, have you ever been to the Palestra? Have you ever been and caught a college basketball game there? Because one of the cool things about that arena is it has had more college basketball games and maybe more basketball games, more organized basketball games than any arena in the world.
Washer, shut up!
The washing machine is in the background.
Yeah, it's right in the other room.
As we take care of our to-do list while squeezing in this live chat today.
Yeah, we're trying to get a live chat every weekend. Some we can't, but we try. So looking at the Big East, we have number 8 Providence, 11-2, overall 21-3 for Providence. Villanova, number 10 in the nation, 21-6. Connecticut, 19-7, number 24. Then you have Creighton and Marquette, both with 17 wins. Marquette with one more loss.
Marquette needs to climb to see if they can get in that 3 spot.
Yeah,
because I want to avoid playing Providence until you get to the final.
You want to be playing Villanova. That's a great matchup for the Golden Eagles. You don't want to be playing, especially UConn. You hope that UConn gets knocked out if you want to win the Big East tournament, because Providence is just as good of a team. We just have more trouble with UConn. The Huskies, who have just played great basketball all year, they're underrated. They beat Auburn.
Yeah, that is ridiculous.
Yeah,
beating Auburn is ridiculous.
Them, I think, in Arkansas. Kind of weird that you have number 22 and you have
Marquette with an early lead 2-0 on a jumper from Justin Lewis.
Yes, as we have about a minute 20. Providence, they can't get it down. Butler's going to take over, down 1 with 1:15 left.
I'm not sure we're going to be in position to necessarily do this, but this would be so fun to do during the NCAA tournament if we had 8 screens in front of us.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
During the first and second rounds of the tournament.
Yeah, we here we go. Butler back with the lead.
We're under a minute at this point. As
70-69.
We can't have the sound up because we want to make sure that we're following copyrights and things like that.
Yeah.
But that has to be this massive cacophony of sound coming from Hinkle Field House in Indy. It's just got to be insane. And a block, but a foul committed by Butler. So Providence is going to go to the line to take the lead with 38.5 left.
Sometimes Hinkle, when Butler is bad, I think a couple of years ago, Marquette Butler is pretty empty. But usually it is full. It's not that big of an arena.
It's about 12,000.
Yeah.
Perfect size for them.
Not a, say, Fiserv Forum or Capital One Arena at Madison Square Garden.
And it's built in the shape of an airport hangar.
Oh, that's cool.
Really is. It's sort of like the Palestra, but a little bit more cubic space.
Kind of the shape of Chase Field?
Yeah, think of a smaller Chase Field.
Okay. As tie game, Providence shooting the second free throw. See the student section in Hinkle. That's going crazy. And he makes it.
The dude with the pink shoes makes it to give Providence the lead.
So.
And I didn't catch the name, and we're not listening to the broadcast.
That is going to be, I think, Byron.
I'd rather just call him the dude with the pink shoes.
Yeah. Byron, something like that. So here we go. 30 seconds left.
That turnover.
And now Providence has it.
Oh, now they've got a foul.
And Providence in the double bonus.
And this is why basketball games take forever in the final minute or two, because you have the foul game. I'm going to try and refresh things and see as we get to Marquette, and if we have any more updates on that.
Apparently they fouled Justin Lewis.
Let's see. It appears as if, we don't have anything new. Let me see what I can get here.
Yeah, see if we
on the
can
Googles.
ESPN or something up. Marquette Butler.
Thanks.
We don't play.
Yeah. I'm drinking my coffee right now, so I'm kind of.
So here we go.
Tie ball game at 6 at the moment.
71-70. You can see all the Providence guys on the bench walking watching. Oh, he misses!
Yeah, you could sense that the dude with the pink shoes did not have the proper follow through. So now it's one possession potentially. And again, Butler's going to make us wait even longer because they got to call timeout after going half court.
How many fouls do we have? So Lewis with 4 points, and that's going to be Tyler Kolek with 2. So we have Stephen and Andy.
All right, well, what do you put in your coffee, Stephen and Andy? What do you put in your coffee?
Yes. Who else do we have in the chat? Anyone new joining us?
Because my coffee right here is about probably 50% strong coffee, about 15% cream, and about 35% chocolate milk. So it's a milk mocha of some sort.
As now we have, it's going to be Nane as we have.
They're showing Butler's Chuck Harris. No relation to Chuck Harris of En route with Chuck and Sherry, though they do share the same name. And if you're watching, hey!
Hello. So here we go. Providence, Butler.
1 point game.
Overtime.
Providence with the lead, Butler with the ball.
Wow, this is just so intense. You can no sound on. You can just feel it.
Steven drinks his strong and black. I drink mine. I can't see it there now that you put it up there. Okay. I drink mine slightly weaker with a splash of oat milk. I need more than a splash. Marquette's up 11-9 as they go to split screen at the moment, with Marquette ahead with about 14-20 left in the first half. Marquette wearing their black uniforms today. Creighton in the white.
Marquette, why?
This month, I don't mind.
Okay, fair.
Black History Month.
Yeah,
this month, I don't mind.
Wow. Where are your baby blues?
They're down to 10 seconds. A wide open three for Butler, and he missed it. And now it's the foul game, and they have. Oh, we have a steal? No, almost. And that is going to end it.
And Providence
with a 71-70 win. You can change the graphic, and Marquette and Creighton is finally going to come on our screen momentarily. And yes, Andy, that's Stephen and Andy, chocolate milk is a lifelong game changer. Oh, Chuck Harris. I'm looking at him from Butler. He was the guy who missed those free throws. I mean, he looks like you can't console him.
Yeah.
And that's the sadness, the beauty of the sport.
Had the game-winning 3.
It was just inches off. Victory just inches off.
That hurts to see.
Man.
As you know, underdogs got you.
Always
the Bulldogs, always in Butler's school. But yeah.
Someday we got to get to a Marquette Butler game this
We do. As Butler 13-15, Providence 22-3 is hopefully now soon at least we will get back over to the Marquette Golden Eagles and the Creighton Blue Jays, or the Marquette Warriors, or the Marquette Golden Avalanche.
Marquette Hilltoppers, as they originally were back when they started at Marquette University back in the 1880s.
So we have, as we were talking about earlier, so Providence at number 1, Nova, then Connecticut, Creighton and Marquette really tied. And then you have Xavier, Seton Hall, St. John's, Butler, DePaul, and Georgetown 0-15 in conference.
That's crazy. Now, here's my question about the last game. And I don't know the answer because I didn't have the sound up, but was Gus Johnson calling it? For 3! Oh, he missed it! That's what you'd hear if it was Gus Johnson on the call. Who we got?
Slog Army? Saying has the game started. Yes, it
Marquette Creighton finally has.
Yeah, we have it on.
Unable to watch it because of the broadcast being interrupted by the Providence Butler game, and we don't get FS2
yet.
So here's the fun part about this game too, and this is sort of insider basketball from me having gone to Marquette University. Marquette and Creighton are both Jesuit schools. Not only are they both Jesuit schools, they are part of the same province, or essentially the same region of the Jesuits.
I know that, yeah. That's true.
They're both part of the Wisconsin province. So a lot of the professors at Marquette, especially the Jesuit priests, have taught at Creighton. Or they got a lot of their training at Creighton.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
A lot of connections in between the two schools.
So this is sort of like playing your brother. You root for your brother when you're not playing him.
Yeah.
But especially when it comes to a lot of the faculty, they want to beat Creighton more than anybody.
As there we go, Marquette up 13-11, 14 minutes left here in the first. Creighton ball at the CHI Health Center, Omaha, Nebraska. Big East basketball.
Which is a great arena, by the way. This is also where they take the basketball floor down, as Creighton ties it. That they take the basketball floor down in the summer, and every time there is a Summer Olympic Games, they install a pool in the floor of the arena and hold the U.S. Olympic swimming trials in Omaha.
Oh, that's cool.
And they usually hold those trials right around the same time as college baseball holds its World Series
in Omaha. A lot going on in that city, as
it is not some podunk town.
Yeah. Underrated, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't hear about Omaha a lot, really, in that kind of, not a major sports city, but not a small town.
It became a major sports city of sorts about 8-9 years ago, thanks to Peyton Manning. Omaha!
Omaha! That!
So he deserves a lot of credit for putting Omaha on the map.
Yeah. Unintentionally.
I'm sure they appreciated it.
Yeah. And Creighton misses a free throw down, too. I like the Creighton jerseys.
They're simple. They're white with a lot of royal blue and splashes of black. Very simple.
And you get on the sides, a paneling baby blue, navy.
Mm-hmm.
They use all the blues.
Marquette is wearing one of its 5 jerseys.
I thought we had 6.
You know what? They do have sort of
we have 6.
Almost a slightly more teal than championship blue jersey.
Oh, well, then 7, because we also have a gray jersey.
Did they wear the grays this year?
I thought they did.
I haven't seen it.
No, then we didn't. So, yeah, we have 6.
So, but they're wearing the black jersey that they wore at Wisconsin and lost in, which partially makes me not a fan. But they're wearing it for a good reason because of Black history.
Yeah, not a traditionally Marquette jersey. Baby blue, navy blue, gold, and white are our colors.
Creighton just took a lead, 18-15.
Yeah. As we have about 12 and a half minutes left.
This is back and forth. They are playing run and gun basketball.
Daryl Morcell.
Where you're not seeing a lot of half court sets, a lot of drain the time down with these teams. They are going after it.
Yes.
This is one of those games that could end up in at least the 80s, if not the 90s, when it comes to scoring. I mean, that type of basketball is so much fun. I remember, I think it was a couple of years ago, Marquette got put up triple digits and beat Creighton on the road in double overtime.
Yeah.
In one of those kind of games. I love those kind of games. Just so much back and forth fun. Now, for those of you who are fashion plates, how many out there, raise your hand out there if you're in the YouTube world and you love good-looking clothes?
I like good-looking jerseys.
We're going to get to that after we get some of your reaction. Tell us sort of like what's your favorite color combination of something, and how much of a fashion plate you are.
So, and in the meantime, on the Marquette roster, we have. Let me go through here. So we have Daryl Morcell. I'm trying to think of who I'm trying to remember the whole lineup, but I'll give you some of our key players. So really, in the starting lineup, at center it's Karkueth.
18-17 Creighton, by the way.
At forward, I would say at power forward, I think there's a mix in between Osoba Gadaro and Oliver Maxton's Prosper. And at guard, you have Tyler Kolek, Greg Elliott, Cam Jones, and Daryl Morcell alternating.
Stephen and Andy, you guessing Andy talking from Stephen and Andy Travel Matters. You don't shop or dress like it, but you really appreciate the art of fashion design. Does that count? 100%, because of the story we're about to tell you. When Marquette back in the 60s and 70s had Al McGuire as head coach, he was this extreme disciplinarian in terms of how to play the game, but he let the players be themselves. He especially recruited from the inner cities, from New York, from Chicago. He probably recruited from here in Philly, a lot of the inner cities. And, I mean, he really brought a lot of the black community into Jesuit basketball, if you will.
Yeah. Catholic
college basketball. And it was really the university that made the biggest link. And one of the things that he said was, you're going to play basketball my way, but you're going to live your way. You do your thing. And anything that has to do with off the court, I want to give you the freedom to do it. You guys get to design our uniforms every year.
Oh, and they look so good. And think of it almost like my shirt. Now, maybe that's where the design came from. Who knows? Where you have the Marquette on the bottom with the number on top.
I'm going to find a link for you.
Yes.
To check out some of the great historic Marquette basketball uniforms.
So
and I'm going to put it in the chat for you, and you can check this out.
And they've dozens of different jerseys over the years. You have the Bumblebee, the 77 championship, so many different.
If you go back, in fact, and look at our video from a Marquette women's game, I'll put that in the chat as well, of a Marquette women's basketball game that we went to. They show off a lot of the jerseys that we're mentioning here. I'll go find that real quick while we're doing that, as the Creighton Blue Jay is showing off a surfboard because they're playing the Maui Invitational sometime soon.
Yeah, I like that lineup. Arizona, Arkansas, Cincinnati, Creighton, Louisville, Ohio State, San Diego State, and Texas Tech in the 2022 Maui Invitational. It's a good lineup. And
absolutely.
I wonder where Marquette's playing. But Marquette bringing the ball up the court, down 3-18-15.
I'm going to find this for you here. Here it is.
Cam Jones getting to work. Marquette back in it, down one.
Let's see.
As Greg Elliott gets a steal for the Golden Eagles, one of the veterans of the team. And they get two off of it. Now going to be 21-18.
Andy, go check out that link that I just put in, and you're going to see some of the historic Marquette jerseys from the time that the players themselves designed. And then beyond that, I'm going to see if I can find this Untucked documentary that actually a college buddy of mine from Marquette did.
I've watched that a couple times on ESPN Plus. Great documentary. It's a short, so it's not very long, but if you
it's not on YouTube, so I'm not going to necessarily be able to find it.
Yeah. So Gadara, one of the new players for Marquette, but he's not. These guys aren't very disciplined. As here we go, Gadara at the line, he will drain the first, and For the second, as the Bulls signed Tristan Thompson, former Cav won championship. As we see, he's waived by the Pacers.
Here it is.
I know, Stephen and yeah, I do look a lot younger. That was, 2019?
That was 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
I had to go into the archives for that one.
So now, as I think you could already drain the second one, too. Yes, he did. 23-18, 5-point lead.
And the link I just put in, Andy, is to the 1977 jersey. The year that Marquette won the national championship, they won the Final Four in Al McGuire's last year as coach.
Stephen and that's what Marquette's wearing today, black on black.
Yep. But Marquette designed the first ever untucked basketball jersey, designed to be untucked, designed to be loose.
And it gave Marquette's a recruiting advantage. And let me put that off. Sorry about that.
It's crazy that jerseys and uniforms can give a recruiting advantage because, number one, players like to be able to look.
Oh, what a shot!
Part. Yeah,
floater.
They like to be able to look the part and enjoy what they're going to be playing in. Number one, but number two, it again was an expression of the freedom and sort of the progressiveness that the university itself had, all while remaining Catholic.
Yeah.
But that they were sort of expanding the boundaries and sort of breaking barriers and letting these athletes be themselves and to be able to be loose and be what they want to be in life as well as on the court.
Look at that Marquette
Oh, my
defense.
gosh. Fantastic defense by Shaka Smart's crew.
And that is something that Shaka's huge on. There's a sign in the Marquette huddle one of the assistant coaches holds up, and it says deflections, and they want 32 to 5, or is it 32 or 40?
I don't know the exact number, but they want to play such hounding defense, such annoying defense that they make the opposing team's offensive sets and their offensive functionalities miserable.
But the NCAA banned the untucked look because Marquette had such a big advantage from it. A deep three, and it's good. Cam Jones from Curry range.
You're saying, Andy, makes total sense. Personal expression is so important. Can make a person feel valued and seen. You nail it. McGuire was... Oh, man. They're going back and forth.
Does that count as a deflection? Because he did deflect it.
Yeah, but it went in the bucket. So
true. So 5-point game.
But it's basically where McGuire was like, you're going to play basketball my way. And he once said that, I think for the final 2 years of his tenure, he trained his players so well for what a good shot is. MT, hey. Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
That they never took a bad shot. They were so disciplined in knowing what a good shot was and the shots not to take. And they made it work.
I don't know what MT's trying to say.
Yeah, let's let that go. Let that one go. But Marquette with an in and out 3-point attempt. And I mean, exactly. You can remain true to who you are, stick with what you believe in, but you can be outside the box in other ways. And that's what McGuire put in. And again, for universities the size of Marquette and the other like mid-sized institutions that play college basketball, a lot of these smaller Catholic universities, basketball is their ticket to people finding out about it.
Yeah.
When Marquette went to the Final Four in 2003, I believe their yearly donations doubled. Wow. I would have to look that up. I'm going to double check that.
That just shows you, how big of an effect basketball can have on a program. As it's a 6-point game now. Is that still coach? I don't think is Creighton still the same coach?
Greg McDermott, I don't think so.
Okay. I
could be wrong on that.
I know he did have some racism issues in the school.
Yeah, he did.
There were some. He said some stuff that his African American players were not very happy about. And, yeah, so here we go. Justin Lewis trying to make something happen, and he gives the ball up. Justin Lewis is going to go pro. I don't think there's an ad about that. He's such a great player.
Yeah, I'm not, on a glance, I'm not seeing Exactly.
Oh.
So now, when you're looking at, it looks like Creighton's coming back. They've made this a 30-27 game.
Oh, and Mark. Oh, they're giving it to Creighton. I don't know. That was questionable, really. I don't know.
$30 to 27, 8 minutes left. They're at a TV timeout. This is the back and forth dogfight that happens. Back and forth dogfight. This, I mean, college basketball, the sport itself is not as fantastic in terms of the pure athleticism that the NBA is. That's what I enjoy so much.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, it's more, the NBA, you can compare it to college. The NBA is like pretty.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's not perfect, but in college it's a lot more mistakes. It's really up and down basketball, and that's why that's why I love it. Is because you go with your team through the ups and downs of the game, and it feels so much more special when you come out on top than it does.
It's because I think there's more of a closeness to the purpose of it, because you're not just representing the players who you're with. It's also you go to class with these people. You're surrounded by them in your everyday life.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to see pure basketball skill,
let's see. Yeah.
Oh, it's insane.
Yeah.
The NBA is insane. I mean, yeah, we're a bit biased being Milwaukee Bucks fans with where we grew up,
and biased NBA champs,
But when we saw the playoffs last year, my gosh, how good that basketball was.
That was amazing. Seeing Trae Young down threes and Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday come back on the other side of the court. Milwaukee, and I loved how the Bucks embraced that dog mentality. And I wish PJ Tucker would have stayed, because I think Foster Forum would have been known as the doghouse. That because the city embraced that sense of us being the underdogs.
Yeah,
that's what Milwaukee's about.
It's a lot like Philly here.
Yeah, is being the underdogs and coming, and who predicted the Bucks to actually win it?
You still had some people, but
you had some people, but it was all the talk about the Nets.
And it was also wide open.
It was wide open, but you never, like, the Nets were the favorites, and we took them down. And yeah, you could say injury. It was because of injuries, but the Bucks, I think, would have won anyway. We just got a lucky break and finally figured it out.
Mm-hmm.
That was the only. I think that was on the Bucks losing that more at the start more than anything. As the U.S., I think I saw earlier, 25 medals, 8 gold as the Olympics finish up. Great job, Team USA.
Excellent.
And
we have some Olympic content that's going to be coming, by the way, so stay tuned. Not specific to Beijing, but just watch.
Yeah, so Finland wins gold in hockey. I think, yeah.
I do miss having the NHLers in the Olympics, though. I really do.
U.S. would have probably won.
But it's cool to see another country, though, sometimes.
Yeah.
I feel Canada probably would have won.
Yeah, that's true. Canada and U.S., the powerhouses. Jamaica finished last in bobsledding, but they
were there.
That's what they said.
The return of the Jamaican bobsled team as Creighton ties it.
And they said
30-all.
They said the guys on the team said, our goal is to be on the podium in 2030. That's the goal.
That would be awesome.
They want to be on the podium in 8 years. That's a good goal.
Marquette just got away with traveling.
That happens.
Yeah, a lot in college and NBA basketball.
Cliff back
Great
out.
ball movement, but great defense by Creighton.
Morcell just has to take a three.
Almost has it. From a spot that usually is not a great spot to take 3-point shots.
Cam Jones hit one.
There's certain spots that work and certain ones that don't.
That's a foul.
I don't think it's foul, but they call it. Yeah, but back to what we were saying with Marquette's jerseys. Best looking jerseys in basketball.
In the current jerseys, I have to say best.
They're darn good. But the 1977 baby blue championship blue throwback is the best college basketball jersey ever made. Bar none. McDermott's still the head coach, which I'm surprised by the way.
Yeah.
I
think I'm getting them mixed up with Sean McDermott.
Okay.
Because I was like, that doesn't look like Greg McDermott. I was thinking of Sean McDermott when it comes to who he looks like. But yeah, McDermott has had some problems there. So we're checking on Juwan Howard and what's going on here.
Let's see. Well,
and there's still like 30 seconds left in the game.
Ooh. I think we identified who the person was that Juwan Howard slapped in basically almost a punch after when the Michigan head coach got into an argument with Greg Gard, the Badgers head coach from Wisconsin. He nailed Joe Krabenhoff, the former Badgers player who's an assistant coach with EW now.
And Rod Demosky, Packers ESPN reporter, said, I'd pay to watch the assistant Krabenhoff versus Juwan Howard. Yeah. And I saw someone else say that Krabenhoff would take him down in a fight.
Let's see. Seth Davis from you see him on CBS and their March Madness coverage often. He's also with The Athletic. The more I see the video, the more disturbing it is.
Yeah, I agree.
This is why Woody Hayes, the former Ohio State football coach, was fired after punching an opposing player. Juwan Howard needs to be suspended for multiple games. As I mentioned, this is not the first time this has happened with him and another coach. Zero excuse. Fire him. This is inexcusable. Yeah. Inexcusable on his part.
And we have more people from all sports talking about it. But talking about, again, NBA basketball and college.
Mm-hmm. Tied at 32, by the way.
Or
34 now, Creighton.
34-32. How about we talk about the two of the candidates for the Basketball Hall of Fame? We have the Bucks' Marcus Johnson.
Oh, class guy. I had a chance to talk with him years ago down for a long and good conversation. Great guy.
And Bob Huggins, West Virginia basketball coach again. Go Mountaineers.
He's had a journey.
Yeah, he has.
When he was at Cincinnati,
he was dirty.
His program was especially dirty.
Yeah.
He seems to have mellowed out and become a better human being, which is why I can give him congratulations. Yeah. Not just because I'm married to a West Virginia Mountaineer.
Yeah, they are both in the running for a spot. Hope they make it. Marquette trying to get some offense going, and I think that was foul, right?
Yeah, by far. I also think that Huggins probably is going to get in, and I'm not so sure Johnson will, as much as I'd love it.
Yeah, the other candidates, there was what's the guy?
I'm going to get some water. I'll be right back. Want something?
Yeah, I'll take some.
I'll fill you.
I don't what's his name? Maybe you know, Day. This guy from the Spurs. Ginobili, what's his name?
Manu Ginobili?
Yeah, Manu Ginobili. Yeah, he is there. So now we're tied at 34, 5:20 left in the quarter. Marquette trying to get some offense going as Elliott it's good. As now Marquette will take the lead. 36-34. Daddy will be right back here. If you're just joining us, as we've been going for now almost 50 minutes, I'm Anthony. The guy who just left is my dad, aka Jay, or as the channel, as we call him, Daddy, here on the channel. We are a father and son with an occasional appearance from his wife, my mom, another mommy who is on a little bit, and we do sports, we do food, we do travel, live streams coming to you most weekends right here. So if you're new, hit that subscribe button. Who all is joining us in the chat I know we have Steven and Andy, but who else do we have? Gracias, senor.
De nada.
As I'll let you take over for a minute.
Sure. While I take over here, as we're at a break in the action for this Marquette Creighton game. Stephen and Andy, I know you're in, and for others who are in the chat, you can talk about the things you love as well. We mentioned the Palestra, where we're going to have a video coming out on Tuesday, that place where we saw some fantastic college basketball. The Palestra being one of the bucket list spots to catch the game of basketball. What are your bucket list places to do something that you love? Stephen and Andy, for example, music. Where would you love to either play or catch a concert at? Bucket list venues. Whatever it is that all of you are doing as you're watching, tell us what those bucket list venues are. As we're about to get back to the action with Marquette against Creighton. Marquette up 38-37, 4:26 left in this contest. One thing I noticed that you see a lot more in basketball is something called iso ball. This game being broadcast, by the way, by Lane Grindle, one of the radio voices of the Milwaukee Brewers, who grew up and was a University of Nebraska broadcaster with their baseball program and also covered other sports. So he is all over this game. Devout Catholic as well. So absolutely. Oh man, Stephen and Andy talk about a concert at Red Rocks. Oh, every piece of beauty that I see there for that concert venue is ridiculous. I am told the Beatles performed there. That would have been bonkers. Budokan in Japan. Ooh, if I'm correct on that. That is a legendary concert venue as well. Marquette tying it up at 40 all with 3:30 left. 3:30 left in this first half. Man, for other basketball venues, specifically because we're talking this great game. Man, I mean, a lot of the great NBA arenas aren't there anymore. I'd still say it Madison Square Garden, though. I mean, that might be a concert venue, too. Madison Square Garden.
I'm here off to the side. I'll be back in a second. I'm just going to send a text out to my friends.
He's prettying himself up. No.
I'm letting my friends know that's a lie.
Nice. But, yeah, I mean, this venue in Omaha, this arena is a great place to watch a game. Great sight lines. It's the right size for that program in a town where the Creighton Blue Jays own it. There's no major pro team. So Creighton is what they're about when it comes to events in the city. It is also, though, a Nebraska football town. Big time, because every place in that state is about Nebraska football. Sort of like every place in Wisconsin is about the Green Bay Packers more than anything else. Man, I'd say for basketball, definitely Madison Square Garden. I know that they came up with the new Crypto.com arena name, but the Staples Center, just call it Lakers Arena at this point, where the Lakers play. Certainly some would say in Chicago at the United Center because Jordan played there. But, yeah, they don't have as many iconic venues in the pro game as they do in college. I mean, with college basketball, and there are more than what I'm thinking of right now, but you're talking Assembly Hall in Bloomington for the University of Indiana or Indiana University. You're talking Fog Allen Arena at Kansas. We mentioned Hinkle Fieldhouse, where Butler just played Providence. Providence won that game. One of the great classic arenas. Cameron Indoor, of course, at Duke University. Just bonkers venues for the sport. And, of course, where we went, where you're going to see coming up on Tuesday, the Palestra. This great old barn that is just amazing. An amazing basketball museum, as well as a venue for the game. And yes, they've held concerts too. Simon and Garfunkel played there. You'll see a little bit of evidence of that as well. As I'm watching this burger called the Double Bacon Beast Burger from Hardee's.
I love it.
I think as I'm watching this commercial, just from watching that, my life expectancy dropped about 6 months. That burger had to be more than 2,500 calories by itself. And we're starting to get some very interesting commentary coming again about this situation in Madison, where the University of Michigan head coach, by the way, Juwan Howard, got into a verbal argument with Greg Gard, the head coach of the Wisconsin Badgers. They were separated, but the discussion started heating up even more between people on both sides of this game in Madison. And then Juwan Howard threw a punch, although it wasn't a closed fist, it was an open fist, and just really struck hard Wisconsin assistant coach Joe Grabenhoft.
Okay, I'm back.
And there's going to be some very serious repercussions coming towards Juwan Howard. I would argue, because this has happened before with him, it could be time to fire him.
Okay, there we go. Is this charging or not? Okay, there we go. Sorry,
I'm sorry about missing that.
Computer was on. It wasn't. So I was just texting my friends, letting them know. I'm going to scooch back here.
And speaking of
not too much on the screen.
And speaking of Tokyo, Stephen and Andy, I definitely want to go there, take this kid along, watch some baseball there for the Japanese league. Creighton with a lead now, 42-40, and the ball with 2:42 left.
Trying to hit a three. But this Marquette defense, so aggressive. But try not to be too aggressive. Oh, and they just gave him a lane, but a block. They call the foul?
They're calling a very tight game, it looks like here.
And that's let the guys play.
Oh yeah, that's a bump.
Okay,
that's a legit call.
True. But
and he raked him in the face too.
Who did?
Yeah, one of our guys.
Oh, Cam Jones?
Cam Jones raked him in the face. That's a legit call.
Yeah.
Very.
So what kind of commentary though do we have about this Juwan Howard now?
Let's see. As the first free throw is good, I'm gonna just refresh this page. I mentioned the Seth Davis commentary. I
mentioned Mark Tauscher, Damian Woody, ESPN.
Let's see. He's saying some of us are calling for Juwan Howard to be fired. He calls that, quote, crazy as hell. We've seen much worse incidents in college basketball, but sure, let's go with that.
I don't know about that opinion.
I disagree. I don't blame... I can see why that is. Oh my gosh, that three-pointer rattling in. And they needed that one.
Yeah.
44-43 Creighton up to 07 left.
Juwan Howard's a great coach. He is, but you can't.
You can't punch people like that. And that's the second time that's happened.
Yeah, that's messed up.
If Woody Hayes of Ohio State can get fired for punching an opposing player, Juwan, and it being the second incident or something like that happens, Juwan Howard of Michigan can be fired for punching an assistant coach of the other team.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just, you don't do that.
People saying classless from Michigan.
But, we have a Creighton player hurt.
Some people, as we've talked about,
who's hurt there?
That's going to be number 2.
Oh, no.
And he got hit by his own guy.
Ryan Nebhart, I believe that is.
As we have Nick. Hello, I knew my text would work because the other voice. Nick, whatever Zaw and Andrew were saying, I don't know. I'm trying to pay attention to this, but we have Nick. Still, congratulations on your Rams winning the Super Bowl.
Did he get the shot off in time? I don't know if he got that shot off in time either, as he hurt his teammate by accident.
So our Marquette Golden Eagles facing the Creighton Blue Jays, Omaha, Nebraska. We also have the Daytona 500 going on. The U.S. tied for 4th in gold medals in the Olympics. So, yeah, Creighton up on Marquette by 3. But when it comes to the NBA, Nick, what do you think about that dunk contest last night? We had Obi Toppin of Dayton beating a Marquette grad.
Juan Toscano-Anderson of Marquette was in the final round of that NBA dunk contest.
He missed the dunk. He couldn't get it off. Right.
A three-pointer that goes off, and Creighton getting the rebound. And again, Creighton's players are colliding into each other.
And the Antetokounmpo was coming last in the skills competition. Couldn't even make the final.
Looks like Creighton's using some sets to try and drain some time down and potentially get the last possession of the first half as well. I mean, Marquette's playing very close man-to-man defense, which I love. Guy trying to create his own shot.
Nope.
Yeah, that was off balance.
Marquette trying to get a shot.
Tie it with a 3. They can cut it to 1 with a 2. Remember, it's just the end of the first half, so you don't have to worry about that necessarily.
Nice
They're going to attempt the 3.
Bang!
Boom! Tie game.
Daryl Morcell, transfer from Maryland, Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year, as I think that's going to be a Creighton timeout.
And there's the Creighton coaches.
You see
Living shows like, huh? What are you doing? Huh?
But yeah, so 37.1 left, tie game.
Some more of the this from Mike Keller, who I used to work with, who is a Badgers pregame show host when I worked with him on the Badgers radio network. In my opinion, the ugly fight with the Badgers in Michigan is the responsibility of Juwan Howard. Greg Gard should have the opportunity to explain his timeout. Something happened during the game. I think he was trying to do that at the moment, and Howard didn't want to hear it, causing a scrum, them throwing a punch, leading to a big mess.
So, anyone just joining us, there was an incident in between Juwan Howard and Greg Gard, and Juwan Howard, the head coach of Michigan, former NBA player, tried to throw a punch at Joe Krabenhoft, Wisconsin assistant, who also played at Wisconsin, and it was more of a slap, but still, Juwan Howard's such a great coach. There needs to be some action when it comes to that.
Andy Katz, who works with NCAA.com, also covers the Final Four. He said there should be no question at all. Juwan Howard should get a suspension for throwing a slap/punch at Badgers assistant Joe Krabenhoft. Kevin Warren, the commissioner of the Big Ten Conference, who we've had some issues with, must act accordingly this week. So, too, should Michigan Athletic Director Ward Manuel. Full stop. That cannot be tolerated.
Shaka Smart, though, the Marquette head coach, 289 and 151 in his career. What a great coach. As you see Daryl Morcell, what a 3. The form. And it was from a spot to the right of the top of the key, which normally is not a place where a lot of basketball players successfully hit threes. What are we looking at here?
I don't know if they're trying to judge if he was on the line or not or what. Oh, you could argue that was traveling as well because he lifted his foot, although it's a step before a shot, so I think they'll give it to him. But I think the question is it a 3 or a 2? Yep, they gave it to him. It's a tie game, and Marquette could have the last possession of the first half as there's 6 seconds between the shot and the game clock. And you're seeing...
Oh, we have Lane Grindle on the call.
I mentioned that. The voice of the co-voice of the Milwaukee Brewers, who we bumped into in Pittsburgh. You can check out that video.
Yeah, we're just in mass, and here he comes in.
And an air ball for Creighton that gives Marquette the ball. Oh, come on. Let's be classy.
That's what we do. That's what everyone would do in the studio.
Marquette, 8.5 seconds to score, and they've got to go full court. Tied at 46. This is the kind of game that if you are the kind of team that wins tournament games, you need to win this.
Yeah, and that's what Marquette's looking at. They can advance their spot in the Big East.
Oh, no. Keep the ball.
Possession.
It's tied up. Possession arrow goes to Creighton. So Creighton will have the last shot with 2.9 seconds left because Morcell committed a turnover. Oh, man.
Wish we had jump balls in college.
Man.
You wish you had a jump ball when the other team gets it, but when you get it, you wish you like it how it is.
Shaka Smart, he of the long sleeve t-shirt and the polo shirt over it. He's not wearing the greatest polo shirt ever, though, because it's not the Marquette Championship blue, the powder blue.
Sometimes he wears the baby blue.
Yeah, it's the best ever. 2.9 seconds left and inbound and a
Deep
long
shot.
three for Creighton,
Oh,
which landed somewhere in Lincoln.
And he was out of bounds.
He was out of bounds, so 1.6 left. Marquette will get the last shot of the first half.
Wow, this has just been back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth.
You also see more of the human condition, I think, in college basketball than the NBA.
Yeah.
Because these young people, they're still kids, quote unquote.
Yeah.
They're more prone to make mistakes.
Oh, thanks for the ice.
No problem. Glad to be the bartender.
As later today, we have Purdue against Rutgers. Purdue number 5 in the nation.
Oh man, long three. Oh nope. So we're tied going into the locker room. 46 all. So if there's something we'll definitely discuss this first half, but if there are other things that you've got on your brain, feel free to chat us up, ask questions, whatever you've got on your mind.
NBA, NFL, college football, whatever you want to talk about.
Life.
MLB, life.
Just life. We don't chat about, we don't get into political arguments, we don't get into religious arguments. Steve and Andy, give the dogs hugs.
As Johnny Davis for Wisconsin, 25 points in the conversation with college players. They're so good.
Marquette, 46 all against Creighton. Coming off the bench, Cam Jones scoring 12 points to lead the way.
Wow.
Daryl Morcell with 9. A couple guys with 6 at this point.
Justin Lewis struggling. Usually you see him with about 15 or, 10, 15. That had 6. Daryl Morcell has had a huge game, and so is Cam Jones really stepping up here.
Creighton is – it's interesting. Marquette 17-9, Creighton 17-8. But you would actually probably rank Marquette ahead of Creighton coming into this game.
Creighton was ahead in the standings.
Right. But in terms of overall national ranking, because Marquette's schedule, you could argue, has been one of, if not the toughest in the country.
Yeah, with they beat Providence. They've beaten St. Bonaventure, West Virginia. A lot of quality wins.
West Virginia, Illinois.
Oh, Illinois at the start of the year. That was huge.
St. Bonaventure destroyed Marquette.
Yeah.
But that was early.
Oh, I forgot we lost to them.
And then the amount of great Big East wins they've had has been massive.
Providence sweeping. Villanova sweeping. That's all you got to know.
Yes.
Ryan Calibrunner, the center for the Blue Jays, with 12 points.
Let's go with 4 boards. And then Alex O'Connell with 11.
Yeah.
I think our position.
Couple guys with 8. One guy with 7. So really, but not as many points spread around on that side of the ball.
Since we're discussing college basketball and we're less than a month away from brackets coming out, I should ask you, what's been your best bracket that you've ever had? How the farthest you've ever gone with a college basketball bracket in the NCAA tournament?
Last year, I predicted Gonzaga to win. No, I did. In one of my brackets, I had Gonzaga. I think they lost to Baylor. My pick was Oklahoma State. I don't like going with a 1 seed. I like, I usually make like 4 brackets. I
want to say I got the finalists right, but I screwed up on who was going to win the title.
Yeah, I said it was going to be, I think, Gonzaga against somebody, and then Oklahoma State, Baylor, and I picked Oklahoma State. So updates on what the reaction is to Juwan Howard slapping a Wisconsin assistant.
Hold on, let me filter some of these so that it's people who are reputable versus some who are not. Let's see. What are some examples? You have someone saying Juwan Howard is #mycoach. Keith Olbermann, former NBC Sports and ESPN, as well as a political commentator. Michigan's head coach unleashed this. I'm not going to say the word.
You can look it up for yourself.
Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. But yes, not good. Not good. Brutus on Twitter, thank you for joining us with chat. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming on.
Yes, we have 6 people in. Hello, everybody.
If you're watching this game or if you're watching whatever you're doing, what are you snacking on? What are you enjoying today? Tell us.
We don't have anything right now. But
I ate a late lunch, so I'm trying to get better after the cheesesteaks I had yesterday doing the vegan chili.
So, yeah, we're at the Jeep halftime report. How's the Daytona 500?
They're not sponsoring us. Let's not give them any love.
True.
I used to have a Jeep. I used to drive a Jeep.
Yeah.
Wasn't my favorite vehicle, but I used to drive it. It was all right.
But what are we looking at in the Daytona 500?
Yeah. Little update. Good old boy with a nice car up there in Daytona.
Daytona, Florida. So right now we might 60 out of 200, and we have Harrison Burton, number one.
Harrison Burton, number one, along with Brad Keselowski.
And then we have
Martin Truex is in third.
And
we're about 60 laps into the race. So by the time this game is done, there'll still be plenty of time to catch Daytona.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be right back.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, when
I'm going to wait to see.
Yeah, we're watching this on TV here. See.
Oh, Juwan Howard pulls down the mask, and then you see the punch.
And then
Yeah, it was an open face slap.
But he won. I think he tried to punch. Someone hit his. It was like he was going, and it was like someone kind of messed it up a little and made it slap.
Okay.
As we'll have to see.
I'll listen to this off
camera. See what's going on.
I'm upstairs. I'll be right back.
See what Howard said in Madison after the game. So, we do have Kyle Busch now coming up into third. We have Martin Truex in first. We have William Byron in second. And, yeah, this is just changing. Truex still in first, though. Joey Logano, who I'm pretty sure won the Clash at the Coliseum, now in the top 5. So, yeah, we have all of this going on. As now I'm going to quick change the banner. As yes, we are Stories Daddy will be right back. Here on Stories Marquette. Creighton, as you can see, our Marquette Golden Eagles here as we are at halftime. Juwan Howard does have some history, though, going at it, as we see in 2021, last year. Going at him. Was that Darren Morcell? I couldn't tell. That might have been Morcell. But everyone, let us know where you are chatting from, who you're cheering for, if you're neutral in this game, right there in the comment section. So, yeah, let me just get this back up here. Okay, so, yeah, Broad at the end of the game, and we have Juwan Howard striking Wisconsin assistant Joe Rabenhoft. Inexcusable actions by Howard there, as we are keeping tabs on the Daytona 500, Daytona International Speedway. Currently, Truex leading the way. There, as we are in lap 63, according to Google, which is a little bit behind. They've been racing since 1959. So what would this be? Yeah, it's the weekend. I'm not even going to try to do math. But yeah, Daddy will be right back here. So how we all doing? Of course, we are Marquette or Go Creighton, whatever you want to say in the chat. We have Roy6 saying hello. Where are you chatting from? And who are you cheering for in this game? As we have Marquette and Creighton again here at the half on break. So yeah, we've been going for about an hour and 15 minutes here as Daddy is going to come back in.
Thanks for your patience.
You're fine. As we have someone new in the chat in here, Roy6.
Hello, Roy Six. Appreciate you coming in. Now, I had a chance to go off-site to listen to what Juwan Howard, the head coach of Michigan, said after the incident where he threw an open-faced punch and struck a Wisconsin Badgers assistant coach. And he had said that, without really diving into a heck of a lot of detail, that Greg Gard, the head coach of the Badgers, during their verbal altercation, touched him in some fashion that he felt was threatening.
Oh, you could see they were like this. Greg Gard was trying to protect himself, and Howard approached him, and Greg Gard was like this. And Howard approached him. Of what I could see, Gard didn't really touch him. It was more like a...
Here, we'll see. We'll let the video tell the facts instead of trying to overanalyze it. Let the facts tell the story. And we'll be watching it right here as we're
talking on the video.
I mean, there's definitely video out there. It's just more, is it the right video that we need to be able to really see it? Okay. All right, here we go.
There we go.
Watching this. Okay. And oh my gosh.
Juwan Howard touched him first.
At least from the beginning of where.
Oh, Greg Gard kind of touched him on the arm. I think he was trying to talk to someone else or something.
And yeah, you saw, and I'm not doing this to hurt you in any way, shape, or form. There's no threat.
Yeah.
Juwan Howard grabbed his shirt in a very threatening way. Now, it looked as if there was sort of an accidental bump between them.
Gard just kind of went like this accidentally, and then Howard was like...
Exactly. Those are not... and he was saying that he was doing things to defend himself.
No.
That's not self-defense. That's violence.
Yeah.
When you throw the first punch, that is violence. That to me says firing.
Yeah. We were seeing how he had an incident against Maryland in spring of 2021.
So this is twice in about a year.
Yeah, less than a year.
Yeah. Yeah, if I'm the University of Michigan, he's gone. Yeah. You cannot tolerate this under any circumstance.
Michigan's been dealing with a lot. The whole Jim Harbaugh situation has been crazy. And now you have this. Feel bad for that university with everything they've been having to deal with when it comes to their biggest programs, coaches.
I know. And, I mean, again, the example that I go to, and if I'm saying this ad nauseum, I apologize, but the legendary college football coach at Ohio State, Woody Hayes, twice he attacked opposing players. And the second time, he was fired. Yeah. This is now the second time Juwan Howard has attacked someone from an opposing team.
And that's Woody Hayes, not...
Oh, it doesn't matter whether it's Woody Hayes or Woody Woodpecker being the head coach.
But like the fact that they fired Woody Hayes of all people, like Juwan Howard's not Woody Hayes. Is what I'm trying to say. Like,
I get you.
To do that on that, like, you gotta fire Howard.
Now, what's going to determine things is what the alumni are going to do and how much money that they're going to withhold if he's either kept or if he is let go. Yeah. Because unfortunately, money talks too much in college sports, as it does in everything too often.
And sometimes that's a good thing. Like, think about Marquette getting rid of Steve Wojciechowski. It seems like that was it. We're not 100% sure on this, but it seems like the donors were like...
Steve Wojciechowski being the former head coach of Marquette, for those who don't know.
It seemed like they were saying the donors were saying to the university, if he doesn't go, we're not.
It's used as accountability.
It is. As I'm going to let Daddy take over for a couple minutes. I got to get a little snack in my belly.
That's okay. That is okay. I got you covered. Yeah. So sometimes it can be used as a way of building accountability, because otherwise you have a situation where, like you had, for example, with Bob Knight in Indiana for so long, the coach was allowed to do what he wanted, when he wanted, and he basically ran in many ways that university and was more powerful than the university president, which should never be the case, whether it's athletics or anything else. should never, ever, ever be the case. So some decisions have to happen. Decisions have to happen at Michigan with the Big Ten, and they need to come down extremely hard on Juwan Howard, because his claim of it being a sort of, I need to protect myself, you do not reach out and grab the shirt of who you're having the argument with as a matter of protection. And you do not punch, even with an open fist, even with an open hand, as protection and make the first move. Yeah, that is uncalled for. It's violent. It has no place in sports or any other aspect of society. Doesn't belong. So yeah, Michigan has some moves to make. I never heard this happen with, for example, with the great Marquette coach Al McGuire, but I remember hearing some stories where there were some fights. And again, I would never, ever, ever condone it with my coach, where there were fights in the locker room that he would have with his players, physical fights. In fact, supposedly one of them became sort of the impetus to win the national championship in 1977. And I don't feel happy about that. That's not the way it should have been. I feel happy Marquette won that title, my alma mater. That's not the way you do it. Not the way you do it. Happier things. We got a great basketball game going on between Marquette and Creighton, a 46-46 tie in the Big East Conference, one of the best conferences in basketball. Both teams shooting the lights out above 50%, which in the NBA is what you should expect. With college is bonkers good. Marquette also doing this with only 6 rebounds, with fewer assists. But what's happening is they're getting more productivity off the bench. And both they and Creighton are shooting immensely better than they were the previous game. And maybe part of that is maybe they forgot to play defense today. Who knows? Who knows? But second half about to begin in Creighton. I love the golden shoes that a lot of the Marquette players are wearing. The golden Jordan Nikes, by far. Awesome looking shoes. Though I will always say that the championship blue shoes are better. Marquette begins with the basketball to start. That was a fast snack.
I ended up not getting to have one. I had some other stuff I had to take care of.
Okay.
But
Marquette beginning with the lead, 48-46.
Can we look at that Juwan Howard clip one more time?
Okay.
I have, just thinking about it, I want to see where Greg Gard was.
Okay.
When he threw if it was at guard, then I want to know where guard was.
I'm going to play it back slowly as well.
Yes.
So we can see it.
Idea. So.
Okay, yeah. It appeared as if guard touched Howard on the arm.
And I don't
just to get him to stop, and it did not look threatening.
Yeah, it wasn't a threat. It's just like, hey, like, chill. And then Howard goes like this.
Points at him right on his shirt.
Yeah. Then kind of pushes and pulls a little.
And guard
goes like this.
You can't even really see that, because even before that point, I think guard is putting up his arm after Juwan Howard grabs his shirt like that.
Guard kind of goes like this, and it wasn't like boxing. It was just self-defense.
Oh, but you do see at the moment, like maybe a second after Howard does this, guard sort of puts a little bit like this.
It wasn't,
and pushes up against Howard's chest.
It wasn't, but guard was trying to be self-defensive, and then
he pulls it down.
They both stop. And then he starts pointing at him.
I mean, he almost hit him in the nose with the pointer finger.
And then his players try to get in. Wisconsin assistants try to get in. And
50-48, by the way. The thing that we're really trying to do is watch this Marquette game.
But when you look, guard is away. Guard's back. And guard is getting out of the way. Look at where guard is here.
Guard is like actually about 3 or 4 people away while they're still yelling and arguing.
And
you have like 3 or 4 different people yelling at each other on each side.
Guard's just trying to get out of the way, trying to.
Okay.
And then Howard goes back.
It looks like, was this one of the Badgers' assistants is yelling at Howard. You can see him sort of.
You can see a Big Ten guy get in the way too.
You're seeing a little bit of pushing and tussling between sides, and then you've got Howard coming up, stepping up, and slamming.
And guard was
Joe Krabenhoff.
Guard was not even close.
Yeah, he wasn't going after guard any. It looked like Juwan Howard was not even going after guard at that point. He was going after anybody wearing Badgers black shirts.
So the excuse of that he was trying to defend himself from guard.
That's a lie.
Yeah, it's a lie.
That's a point-blank lie. Fire right now.
On top, it's better to be truthful than to lie in those kind of situations.
And in any situation.
Yeah.
Marquette up 50-48, 17:04 left.
Great ball movement
in this game.
And that's what I'm talking about. You want guys like Daryl Morcell. You want Justin Lewis. You want those guys who you can trust more than you could at Tyler Kolek or an Oso Iguodaro taking those shots. As the other guys, become more disciplined.
It looks like that's a fantastic fadeaway jumper. Great jumper, fadeaway jumper by Alexander, who got his guy pushed back, turned around, fell back, fadeaway jumper from about 13 feet away.
Yeah.
Amazing. And Kolek is going to have to go to the line after getting smacked down while shooting a very similar range jumper with 16:25 left. Marquette up 52-50.
For hockey fans, in the Olympics, men's hockey, you had Finland come home with the gold. The Russian Olympic Committee.
Is this a hockey chat? Is this a hockey chat?
No, but Finland comes home with gold. The Russian Olympic.
We already discussed that. Sure, The one thing I didn't say, Russian Olympic Committee comes in with silver. But then you see the guys on the Marquette broadcast in the background. The homer with Tony Smith. Tony Smith, the former Marquette star.
I love listening to them.
Wearing the yellow hoodie, the gold Marquette hoodie. He also played guard with the Rockford Lightning when I was their radio play-by-play announcer back in Rockville, Illinois, a gajillion years ago.
Wow.
And he, I think, was the first guy they had who went pro when I was working there. He went back to the NBA. That's just a great job by Creighton right there to make it 54-52 by going so deep in the post that he was just within 2 feet of the basket.
Oh, that's going to be Creighton ball. Okay.
That's the challenge, is that in this level, you often have very sloppy play just because it's hard fought.
Yeah.
It can be very hard fought. It can be very sloppy. Or under 16 minutes left. Oh, they're eating Marquette up in the post right now, which again is proving, with this game being tied now, it's again proving Marquette has a deficiency in its game. They simply don't have a big guy on their roster to play the post position very well, especially on defense, though they just answered back with a 15-foot or about 10-foot jumper to give themselves back the lead.
And this is where I'm going to criticize Shaka Smart, because you had Carqueth, he's tall, but think of him almost like I'm not going to compare him, to be honest, playing wise, but just as, the build as a very young Giannis. And
poor man's Giannis. Oh, a couple of blocks, but a foul call on the second block.
But he just couldn't get anything going. I don't remember. It was a recent game against, I don't remember who. Was it Seton Hall? I think it was.
I forget what game it was, but
it was. But they.
The thing is, though.
But
they don't really have anyone with that type of build and that type of strong, body frame to be able to really dominate underneath. in the post.
Justin Lewis stopped. He stopped a really good big man, and then they went right back, and he was playing really good basketball. Then went back to class. Nothing.
We have a statement coming from the Big Ten Conference about the Juwan Howard situation.
Yeah.
The Big Ten Conference is aware of a physical altercation involving Michigan head coach Juwan Howard at the conclusion of the Michigan Wolverines and Wisconsin Badgers men's basketball game. How could you not be aware? It was on one of your official channels in terms of your broadcast partner, CBS. Of course, you're aware.
I thought it was on Fox, but okay.
It was on CBS. The conference is in contact with both member institutions and is currently assessing the incident. The conference will provide more information and will take swift and appropriate disciplinary action when it completes its review. I'm going to post a link to that video. Stay with us as you watch this and come on back to us.
Yeah, open up a new tab so you can still on your computer so you can still hear us, but then you're honest. We have 7 people in here. Let us know who you are.
Tell us what you think as you watch that video. Should someone with whom this has happened now twice in a 1-year period, should he keep his job or not?
There we go. Now we got it up here. So that is the incident. Thank you, Daddy, for getting that up.
On occasion, I provide.
So yeah, that's what's going on.
Now let's talk Big East basketball here.
Yeah.
Although we have a very interesting video of a halftime show, it appears, like some sort of tumbling group. But Big East basketball, to me, the Big East, back when they had 16 teams, was the best basketball conference ever created.
Let's see if I can name all 16.
Okay.
Boston College. Oh, that's right. They weren't in it.
They moved to the ACC by that point.
Okay, Syracuse.
Okay.
Pitt. West Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Cincinnati. Louisville.
Okay.
Miami. Oh, okay. They had left by that point, too. I'm trying to remember who else was in that Big East. Gotta go through this. Was Army and Navy? No.
Nope.
Penn State wasn't.
Nope.
Rutgers, as I see them on the team.
Yes.
I gotta think about it. Well, obviously Marquette.
Yep.
Butler.
No.
Oh, yeah, that's right. DePaul.
Yep.
Notre Dame.
Yep.
Creighton.
No.
Oh. Xavier.
No.
Seton Hall.
Yep.
Villanova.
Mm-hmm.
Georgetown.
Yep.
St. John's.
Mm-hmm.
UConn.
Yep.
Providence.
Mm-hmm. One more.
Football school?
Yes.
Okay. Football school. Gotta run through this in my head. You have Virginia Tech.
Nope.
What?
Marquette up 56-55, 14-40 left.
Virginia Tech wasn't part of that?
It is one you are probably not going to think of.
No, I'm gonna get it. So if it's a football school and they're in the FBS right now, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta go conference by conference. You have Boston ACC, Boston College, no, Miami.
Ridiculous off-balance fall-away jumper by Alexander to give Creighton a 58-56 lead.
You have Miami. You have
Aaron pass. Oh, come on, Kolek. Think.
undisciplined. Oh, so we get our
All right, we got the ball back.
Yeah, I gotta think about this stuff. So they were a football school.
Yep.
I said West Virginia. Gotta go conference by conference here. They have to be in the ACC or the American. South Florida.
Boom.
Bang. I forgot they were in the conference.
I remember that because one of my buddies from Marquette is South Florida's public address announcer for their home basketball
Oh, that's
game.
cool.
And we would always chat about that as it's now 60-56 Creighton as they're starting to exact their will a little bit and put Marquette in a little bit of a funk at the moment.
When the Big East collapsed, for football, they were going to add Villanova as a football member. They were going to add Marshall.
60-58 Creighton.
They were going to add Boise State. I think they were going to add
Boise State in the Big East. Now you're right, but it's like, what?
They were just trying to survive. I think they were going to get UCF. There's a whole list of teams that it was like, what?
Exactly.
Maybe like an SMU or Houston. I don't remember which one. But, what a pass barely
Skip
saved
pass. And they left the lane wide open.
So
they're stretching. Yeah, Creighton is very, very effectively stretching the defense for Marquette and is letting lanes get open.
Now
Another turnover for Marquette.
That was off Creighton. That doesn't make any sense. I don't know how you could call that. Now, I think at this point we're just waiting for Greg Gard's reaction.
Well, he talked. I just haven't had a chance to look at it.
Yeah, I will. Whoever takes the next break will probably have to look at that, see what's going on as stage 1 at Daytona. What? Yeah,
don't worry about what's on what's on the chat. Just focus on the game.
Let's go.
You do that so often, buddy. Love you, buddy. It's okay. It's okay.
So,
and for those joining us, this game being played in Omaha in an arena that is, Creighton owns the town when it comes to sports because they don't just got a dunk to make it 64-58. Creighton owns the town because they don't have any major pro sports in that city. So it is really a college basketball town and a college sports town because they also love Nebraska football and they love the College World Series that's played there every year. Someday we got to go to that.
Yeah. Or see an Omaha Storm Chasers game.
Man, that's just a great backdoor cut to get wide open. Wide open. All right, I'm going to go offline here and see if I can find some video of Greg Garden and we can discuss what he said.
Yeah. Yeah, so, at this point, we're, again, trying to give you updates on the game and also this Juwan Howard incident. When it comes to this Michigan-Wisconsin, we have 8 now, back down to 7 in the chat. How y'all doing? Hope that you are enjoying the game, your day, the stream. And here we are right here. Juwan Howard incident. That is it. So Daddy put that in the chat. Go check that out. Yeah, that's what's going on here. We are Sorgy Story's daddy. Just left wherever he is on the side of your screen. And I am Anthony. He is just seeing what Greg Gard had to say about the incident with Juwan Howard. You know, a little pushing and shoving again. And also, we had someone in the chat in about 20 minutes. A little more than that. 25 now. So, go in the chat. Let's get some action going. We'd love to know who you're cheering for, where you are chatting from. We love to talk about different places and all that because we do travel, as you can see on the bottom. We do sports, travel, food, and more. Lots of stuff here on Sorgy Stories. But this Juwan Howard incident, it's been the talk of the day, really, in college basketballs. Now I'm going to try to get this lighting. Lighting's a little off. Don't ask me why, but it's a bit. Hopefully you can see us all right. We've been working on it though. I'm not the lighting expert. That would be Daddy. But 19 points for Ryan Kalkbrenner. I think I said that right. As looking at again the Daytona 500, 83 of 200, and we have Ryan Blaney leading the way so far through the races. Yeah, there we go. So, Marquette down 5. Lewis! And he gets it down. What a play by Justin Lewis. Can't really go play by play, but we can tell you a little bit of what's going on here. As we have Nick in the chat saying Bush will come back. Yeah, let's see where he is in the rankings. He is in 20th. Yeah, that took me a while to go find him. So that's what's going on. As we have 6 guys who are out of the race so far. So only 34 left, I think. Yeah. So, okay, we're back. Just checking everything out here. So yeah. Stories. We are Marquette. And don't forget, go Mountaineers. I got my West Virginia Cup. Houston beating Wichita State double OT as we're on commercial break. Daddy will be right back currently listening to the Juwan Howard Greg Gard thing and seeing what Greg Gard had to say post-game after the Wisconsin Badgers, or with about 30 seconds left in the Wisconsin-Michigan game. Wisconsin 77-63. And what did Greg Gard say?
Oh. Had a chance to listen to what Gard said. He said that Howard was angry about a timeout that was called, that Greg Gard called late in the game in a blowout situation, which I can understand.
I can understand being mad, but maybe something happened. Greg Gard needed to regroup his guys a little.
But what Gard was doing was saying, hey, please let me explain this. Let me talk clearly with you so you can understand what this really was and what my thinking was and why, and tried to diffuse Howard's anger. But Howard was just kept saying, I'll remember that. I'll remember that. Putting his finger right up to Gard's chest. I'll remember that. Grabbing his shirt. I'll remember that.
Intimidating. Like, if someone actually did that to me, I'll be ready not, like...
Right. I reacted. I saw how you were reacting just as I was doing that in ways I would never, ever,
you
ever
never
do
do
as a
it.
parent.
But it freaks you out a little, even if,
Even as it's just an example.
Yeah, even if you're just
I
acting.
would never do that.
I know you wouldn't. But even if you're just acting, it freaks you out just when someone does that to you. Because it's threatening.
Exactly.
It is. But what was his reaction to the slap?
He didn't. From the video I saw, he didn't even do that. Here's the kicker. I also saw the University of Wisconsin's athletic director, Chris McIntosh, who took over for Barry Alvarez. And he was saying, it is so hard for me right now to compose myself with how angry he was. And he's like, I expect swift action by the Big Ten Conference. He personally talked to the commissioner right after all this happened.
Yeah, I would be doing that.
And is basically demanding some sort of action on the part of the conference. And you do not want to get Chris McIntosh angry.
No.
Because Chris McIntosh played offensive line for the University of Wisconsin. I know Juwan Howard was a ridiculous athlete and is still in shape. Chris McIntosh would destroy Juwan Howard.
He would knock him out. Knock him out round 1.
And I am not advocating for that to ever happen.
No, but you get the point.
Yeah, exactly. You do not want to get Chris McIntosh mad.
All right, now I'm finally going to have my snack. It's all day take a ride. I'm going to just have a little something, but I'll be right back as Marquette's down 1.
Gotcha. Don't eat too many of Mommy's chocolate kisses.
She said I should have something.
Okay.
I've already eaten them all.
Nice. As Nick updating us, telling us, I think, And I think the little guy probably already talked about this. Bush coming back potentially. We're talking about the Daytona 500 that is currently going on. We're watching college basketball. Marquette against Creighton. Creighton up 3 at 65-62, 10:42 left. And another Marquette mistake with this young team leading to Creighton getting the basketball back. Anybody in the Big East can beat anybody. Excuse me, anywhere, anytime, especially at home. This is still a fantastic basketball conference. And Creighton is taking advantage of great ball movement, spreading Marquette's defense, and getting the ball down low. And it's becoming very effective right now. And Marquette simply at this point does not have much of an answer. Does not have much of an answer. Now, our family's moved, as you know, to Philadelphia from Milwaukee. But if the schedule allows, we are within about a 2.5-hour train ride or car ride away from 4 Big East schools. Villanova here in town, Georgetown, Seton Hall, and St. John's. I cannot wait to see Marquette on the East Coast. It's a fall-away jumper. Does not fall. 10 minutes left. Creighton up 65-62. Marquette gets the basketball back after a missed layup, though. So we'll be able to follow our alma mater in some of the great basketball venues of the country. Someday I want to see Marquette as they tie the game up at 65 with a three-pointer. Someday I want to see Marquette play at the Garden. Someday we are going to see. Oh, Nick giving us the Daytona news. Thank you. While we talk college basketball, we appreciate that. Big time. I'm guessing you're more of a Daytona 500 and NASCAR fan. Maybe you can teach us a little bit because it's not necessarily our jam as much, but a missed shot by Creighton and Marquette's got the ball. 65 all. 9-10 left in the second half. But yeah, I cannot wait to get to some of these great Big East basketball venues. Catch some games here. You're going to see our next 2 videos, college basketball here in Philadelphia. There is one of the great traditions of college basketball here called the Big Five. There are very few cities, if any, in America, where you have 5 Division I college basketball teams, all of which are sort of on par with each other in terms of the importance of the program, all within city limits. Philly's got that. And every year, at least for many years, they would all play each other once. They would play 4 total games, one against the other 4 teams in the Big Five, being Villanova, Temple, St. Joe's, Penn, and LaSalle. And that basketball was just lit because it was all these rivalries going on every year in this unofficial conference called the Big Five. And those games mattered more than the others because you were playing your friends that you played in high school with, that you played playground ball with. And you had to have bragging rights for the entire year from the game you played against them in college. And bragging rights for your entire life if you beat them 4 times in college. Marquette's up 67-65. Creighton missing a 3-pointer, and a rebound shot was waved off after a Marquette foul. 8:26 left. But those kind of rivalry games, the bragging rights kind of rivalry games, made the Philly Big Five, and still does, makes it just this unmatched tradition. And they would always play these Big Five games at Penn's home arena, the Palestra, which was a home arena for all the teams. They shared it as their home arena. And because of it, that arena has had more college basketball games than any arena in the world. As Creighton just hits a 3-pointer to take a 68-67 lead, 8 minutes left. About 8 days ago, we went to the Palestra, saw Penn play Harvard, and got to take in that place. Marquette ties the game up because of Morcell. 10-foot jump shot to tie it at 69. Actually, they have a 69-68 lead. But we saw the Palestra, fell in love with it. We're going to share that video with you on Tuesday. Absolutely check that out. This is becoming a bit of a foul fest here in the second half. Already Marquette with 7 fouls. Creighton with just 2. They're calling it for Creighton a little bit. I'm not saying that these calls are not legitimate, but Creighton is getting a bit of an advantage in this situation. 7:35 left. Marquette up 1. Creighton with the ball when we come back. We're trying to follow the situation with Juwan Howard and see what is confirmed at this point that we know of. If we have anything that is confirmed from the Big Ten yet as to whether Juwan Howard is either going to, number 1, be suspended, number 2, keep his job as head coach at Michigan. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. Oh, my gosh. You do not throw punches at opposing team coaches or players. And after this Wisconsin-Michigan game, Juwan Howard did. It's gone. Gone. Needs to go. Needs to go. Man. Just sad. Just sad.
What's that?
Just this Juwan Howard thing.
Yeah. Okay, I'm back.
Okay. So, but as we mentioned, this video coming up, for those of you who haven't caught on, we're going to be releasing this Tuesday morning, this video of our trip to the Palestra, and then in another week, you'll see our video from what we experienced yesterday with a great channel, The Toll Road. His alma mater, or his favorite team, Dayton. I think it's his alma mater, Dayton. The Dayton Flyers coming to Philadelphia playing St. Joseph's, another one of the great Big Five teams.
And, Nick, I don't know how big of a NASCAR fan you are, but I know you're still getting ready for our janitor to take you to Daytona.
KN joining us. Marquette, let's go, baby.
Yeah.
You got it.
Apparently the janitor one year told Nick when he asked, Nick said, can I go to Daytona with you one year? And the janitor said, yeah.
Okay. Which means hopefully you're taking your dad with you too.
No, our janitor's a legend.
7:35 left. 69-68. Marquette ahead of Creighton.
Yeah.
Resetting things. Marquette wearing the black uniforms that normally I have an issue with because it's not one of their official team colors, but this is Black History Month, so I'm good with it.
Yeah, my man, Mr. Mike.
Nice.
Mr. Mike is the legend.
Creighton has tied it up after a free throw. Alexander, I should see what his scoring totals are right now. Man, all of Creighton starters are in double figures at this point.
What are we looking at from Marquette?
I first want to read off what Creighton has, as I was talking about. Alexander now up to, I think, 15 points. Ryan Kalkbrenner with 19. Ryan Nemhard, 13. Alex O'Connell, 13. Ryan Hawkins with 12. Their balance has been fantastic.
But no bench points.
But Kalkbrenner has been eating Marquette alive in the post.
Yes.
I mean, he is the only player on either side that has the height as well as the build to be able to dominate in the post in this game. And they're taking advantage of it.
We have Jeff the ref.
Nice. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that big time. This is our passion project, this channel. It's what he's always wanted to do.
As we have a whole bunch of Marquette fans
I appreciate
in
it.
here. Come on, Marquette. We have saying Big Mike.
Thank you.
Yeah, we love Mr. Mike. Apparently the class group chat at one point was actually named We Love Mr. Mike.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, this channel has been this kid's passion project. He wanted me to do it for years, and I finally said, okay, we'll do it. And it's now been our project for 2.5 years. We were now over 1,000 subscribers.
Thank you,
everyone.
Thank you, Tom Grossi, Posse, and our loyal
all of you for being part
Marquette!
Of this. The second missed dunk, but a putback.
Did he make that?
He made that. It's 72-70. Marquette with the lead. 7 minutes left.
Daryl Morcell misses the dunk with Greg Elliott right there to put it back.
Now, having worked in media as long as I have now, working in news media for KYW News Radio, but having worked in sports, forgive me, this is why I'm drinking coffee right now. To wake up a little bit. I have water as well.
So 6.5 minutes left, and he wasn't moving. What kind of call was that? But
I tend to be a little bit calmer on these. This kid goes off, and I don't blame him. Oh, yeah, he literally got hit in the face when he was trying to dunk, and he missed it. Man.
Can saying first time I've seen you guys subscribe.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
We appreciate that. Let me look you up here, man. I shouldn't assume man, but let's see. Let's identify you here. Earlier, if you want to, by the way, check out some of our links.
I put in the chat, we are Marquette.
We put in links to some of the greatest Marquette jerseys ever. Some of the greatest jerseys ever in the history of college basketball.
As well,
Marquette.
For those of you just joining us who don't know, let me go find this link. Juwan Howard hitting or striking Wisconsin assistant. I don't remember his name, but he struck him in a incident there. We have a lot of Marquette fans in here.
Nice. I'm seeing
Jeff the ref.
It appears that, oh my gosh, let's see here. I'm seeing some discussions of Canada and of someone doing something that shouldn't be done on a particular property. We're not going to say more. That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah. So here we go.
5:37 left. 76-73.
Transfer from Oklahoma.
Marquette grabbing the lead.
And he missed. Oh, that would have made it a 4-point game.
I had said yesterday, I expect Marquette to win one of those games that is going to make you need heart medication.
I said, what do you think about the game tomorrow? He said, it's going to be like a heart medication game.
Because that's what happens in the Big East when you go on the road.
Yeah, that's true.
Marquette has the worst overall record, but has played tougher competition.
Yay!
Oh, big steal.
You have Morcell with the deflection, Kueth with the...
That's why you don't go up with the ball unless you know what you're going to do.
Morcell.
And that's where Creighton sort of got caught, and Morcell gives Marquette a 5-point lead.
Yes.
And now Creighton has to take a timeout with under 5 minutes left.
This is great. The Golden Eagles trying to get back in the rankings and trying to get that high seed. Right now, I think they're projected to be a 7. You want them to be like a, I would rather them be like a 3 or 6. You don't want to mess with that 1 seed. I don't want to mess with the 1 seed.
Yeah, get the 3 seed.
You want a 3 or 6.
Or even the 2 if you can climb up. I don't know if they're going to be able to, but to climb up to that, at least that 3 seed, to avoid battling Providence in a round that's not the championship game of the Big East tournament.
Yeah, if you get like I feel safe if Marquette's playing a 3, if they're a 6 seed, or if they are I would say a 2, a 3, or 6 is what you want.
Yeah, if you can't get that 1 seed, which I think is now out of the question.
No, and a 2 seed's really.
Oh, who was that wearing the baby blue Marquette Jordans? I don't believe in spending $250 on shoes, but if I did, that would be it.
That's Justin Lewis.
There you go.
Marquette's star player.
But Creighton. Oh, it looks like we got a Creighton player who's hurt.
I want to. If Justin Lewis stays, I want to get.
O'Connell's grabbing his ankle. It looks like that's not good.
An ankle, leg, something.
That's not
looks
good.
Looks like the leg. Oh, you don't know if it's a cramp or if it's something worse.
And if he's grabbing his jersey and doesn't want people to see his eyes, that means it's tears, and I don't blame him. I do not blame him.
That's tough to see even as an opponent. Never want to see someone on the other team get hurt. That knee looks a little messed up.
I'm not sure it's the knee because he's grabbing the ankle.
I don't know. Let's see. Okay.
How did he land? Oh, he landed on one of the Marquette players' feet.
But the ankle.
That's an ankle.
The ankle went
that looks like it's an ankle or some sort of lower leg muscle issue.
The ankle, it looked like it either twisted.
Yeah.
Or it did something. I couldn't tell if it went, or if it sprained a little, or if it twisted. Right. But it was something.
I'm gonna head upstairs and get my final. Actually, got a little water here.
Yeah. He's still on the ground. They're looking at that lower leg, that ankle, seeing what's wrong.
When you're a coach in a situation like this, and you're Greg McDermott's spot, it's a hard spot to be in.
You're fighting for a tournament spot.
But what it really is that you want to be there with your player and comfort that player and be present. But so often when you're the player, you see your head coach come over you, and the player then all of a sudden feels the pressure of wanting to play. He's walking off limping, but he feels the pressure like he wants to get back into the game. And too often that leads a player to make a decision that he shouldn't make or she shouldn't make, depending upon the situation, to play when it's not healthy to do so. That's why, I remember reading when John Madden was coaching with the Oakland Raiders. He said, I will never go out and have a player and be with a player who's injured. They know I care about them. They know I care about them a lot, but I never want to put pressure on an athlete to do something they shouldn't just because they see the coach coming.
And I showed that Juwan Howard incident a second ago. Let's see. Oh, we're back on.
Marquette leading 78-73. Go ahead.
But Juwan Howard striking Joe Krabenhoft, assistant for the Badgers. Not pretty. Not pretty.
It's not good. Let's see.
And he had a starter in the game down 19 with 30 seconds.
Yep. And Can saying Juwan Howard's antics are getting annoying. He almost got into a fight with another game last week.
Wow.
That's why I argue. And he had an incident like this against Maryland last year.
Yeah.
This is now twice. Michigan needs to fire him.
Yeah.
That's simple. That's simple.
Ohio State did it to Woody Hayes, and if you're gonna fire Woody Hayes for that stuff, if he does it twice,
you fire Juwan Howard.
Yeah. Cam Jones saves it.
Getting towards the 4-minute mark.
Another.
Oh my! That was so long distance. He shot that from Iowa.
He made that one last. He made that one earlier in the game though. It was a crazy shot.
Right, but I need an excuse to say he shot that from Iowa.
Yeah.
No other reason.
Oh,
just for comedic effect.
The toll road. What happened is Juwan Howard slapped a Wisconsin assistant, Joe Krabenhoft,
with the force of a punch.
Yeah, with the force of a punch. He was trying to punch him. And yeah, it wasn't pretty.
It was after Juwan Howard and Greg Gard got into an argument. Toll road, Ohio State, Michigan talk will grab my attention. It was when Juwan Howard, Wisconsin coach Greg Gard, got into an argument about Gard calling a timeout late in the game, up big. But it was where Howard went up from the video we've seen. Howard went up to Gard and was like, I'm going to remember that. I'm going to remember that.
Pulled him.
Yeah, and Gard was like touching.
Just like, hold on.
To try and touching his arm, being like, let's talk. Let me explain this. And Howard was hearing nothing of it. Again, I'm only doing this for example. Put his finger right there, grabbed his shirt in a threatening way.
Yeah, just someone doing that by example, it scares you. You're like.
Mm-hmm. Other players, assistant coaches came in to try and separate them.
Yeah, like that. Just like get it.
The jabbering back and forth got worse and worse, and then all of a sudden, brutal force, open face hit right on the assistant coach.
It was like
right on the assistant coach, Joe Krabenhoft.
It went like
of the Wisconsin Badgers.
Boom. And yeah, it was not pretty. And
it was ugly.
Howard said that he was trying to defend himself from guard. Guard
was about at least 10 feet away by that point. And he was attacking.
Yeah.
He was the instigator of a physical attack on another team's coach.
Yeah.
And after that, and after the Michigan-Maryland incident last year, which was very similar.
Apparently, he couldn't get a punch off there, and apparently other incidents too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's time not just for suspension, but for a firing.
Yeah. No doubt about it.
Trying to see if we have anything more substantive,
maybe from
any reporters
or Michigan something.
Let's see. Oh man, nothing that I'm beginning to see. Yeah. Just wrong.
Yeah.
Just wrong.
As next we will have Purdue. We're not going to be streaming it, but next, after the game, Purdue, Rutgers. Interesting matchup there.
Someone is saying that Wisconsin's coach Ray Gard should not have grabbed Howard either. It was not a grab. It was just sort of a, hey, let's talk.
And afterwards, Gard did this onto Howard after Howard had started to tug him. Grabe went up to Howard's chest in self-defense. And then got out of there. He's like, I don't want to be part of this. Get me out. And Howard kept yelling at him. And yeah, so a 3-point game here with Marquette up.
Let's get to the subject matter that we came for. Marquette up 78-75.
Again, Brewers announcer
Lane Grindle doing the game, who we bumped into in Pittsburgh.
Yes.
I'll link that video while we're talking here.
Yeah.
So, and you don't see him, but we explain the story.
Yeah, Jeff and Lane on the call for the road games. Now, I don't know what they're gonna do now that Jeff is doing some thing. Oh, and now we have a 1-point game.
The Brewers have hired another announcer. I've got to get his name. Yeah.
I did not hear about that. I'm driving, not watching the game. Okay, so 1-point game. 78-77 Marquette. 2:45 left in the game. As Marquette's been playing some good basketball, Max Prosper gets fouled. Yeah, I told Nick the story. Yeah, Jeff and Lane are awesome. And so is
They're
Uke.
great. Oh, always.
We love Uke.
Uke used to do Marquette games.
Really?
I mean, I think it was just maybe a one-time thing just for fun. I would love to find the audio.
Uke on a basketball game?
Oh, my God.
Oh.
I still remember, I think he did it with Tom Collins, who was the voice of Marquette at the time. Tom, I still remember the first time I tried to shoot a basketball. My father gave me the ball. There was the hoop right there.
Logan Collins now joining us 11 in the chat.
Tried to bounce the ball.
Prosper misses it.
Marquette up 79-77. 2:35 left.
Yeah, he made one. He missed
and I was trying to bounce the ball, and it just wouldn't bounce right back up at me. And I kept trying to shoot the ball, and it wouldn't fly towards the basket. 2:20 left. Creighton trying to do a little post-up action. Ball released, but a foul called on Marquette.
If
that
would have counted, Carcueth with the bang.
Anyway, I had all this trouble, and my dad finally figured out the problem. And he went and pumped the ball up. He actually put air on the ball, and I could make some shots. 79-78 Creighton, down 1 now, 2:15 left.
Logan Collins has 2,500 on Marquette to win by 4.
Oh, man.
Nick, the only difference is Bobby Kroll only does baseball, really. He doesn't do football. And he's only done basketball once. So.
Tom McCarthy, great announcer. By the way.
He's awesome.
And Marquette keeps the lead after a missed free throw, 78. So 79-78 Marquette, 2:10 left in this contest. They're starting to drain some clock, as I think they're going to try and get the entire possession down, and they turn it over. Fast break opportunity for Creighton. Easy basket. 80-79, Creighton with the lead.
The Toll Road saying, not the best slam dunk contest, but your man, Obi Toppin, walked away with the trophy.
Marquette got the ball, though. 1:45 left.
K&K.
Quick jump shot. You got to do better, though, to get the rebound. But you got to have better shot selection.
Lewis.
Like, that's a beautiful
shot
selection. And you missed the thing?
Oh, no.
You missed the thing.
Marquette not even in the bonus. Creighton in the double bonus. But K&K saying, looks, that's big money, big payout. Got to be at least 17 thou. Where's this game being played? It is at the C. What is it?
It's at Creighton's arena downtown.
Whatever it's called.
You gotta defend now. Gotta defend. Oh man!
Yes, they
great
get it.
Miss. Making
ultra
shot. Under a minute. Marquette's got the ball, and Shaka Smart calling the timeout.
Oh, it's not at the CHI Health Center. It's at I don't know what the name of the arena is.
It's at the place where Team USA's swimming program always holds its Olympic trials, because they build a pool in this arena where the basketball court is.
Is it like under the court?
There's not always a pool there. They have to reinstall it.
Oh, yeah,
but there's the space underneath where it's there.
Logan Collins, I have 10K on Bills to win the Super Bowl next year. 75K.
Oh my gosh.
That's some Nick saying woohoo swimming. I know you love Michael Phelps. Nick's a swimmer.
That's awesome.
What channel? I forgot. I have a TV. That's gonna be FS1, or you can
FS1, or you can listen to Steve the Homer True and Tony Smith on the call on the Marquette Basketball Radio Network. And you can simulcast that with us. So and you'll hear a lot of "Oh baby" from Steve the Homer True, Marquette's voice.
KN saying, "I'll let you."
Let's see. That's so long, man. Put in the S&P 500 for a year, then place it 2 months before. Nice.
Yeah, getting into some business talk here. So, Marquette down 1.
That's for the KYW News Radio hourly business report that you should listen to.
Logan Collins, love the stream. We got to. Who knows? Well,
we're going to get a Patreon or like a Buy Me a College Coffee coming soon.
PayPal, Cash App, whatever.
We've got that working.
Marquette! Oh, they missed another one.
A missed layup again.
Oh, what are you doing,
You can run the perfect offense, but you gotta finish.
You gotta win this game. This is the.
You gotta. It's not a
must win, but think about it.
It helps.
This is their last big game of the year until the Big East tournament.
And this is one they should win.
Activate the super chat. I don't think we have that.
Not yet.
We got it. I don't know.
In time.
I'm calling saying, kid, enjoy your dad doing this. Man, great times, you guys.
Thank you.
Great job.
We appreciate that, Logan.
Yes.
Let me find you, Logan. We're going to find
Let us know if you have YouTube channels.
Yeah.
Make sure to subscribe.
And hit the bell. Ding. 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 Quoting Apollo Creed with Rocky Balboa and, of course, the Liberty Bell.
I see you, Nick. Turn on the game I'm supporting. Appreciate it, my man. There we go.
I think we see you, Logan. If I'm correct, you have some videos of what appears to be high school basketball from 2020.
As we have told, thank you so much. Best father son.
Oh, I appreciate that big time. It's a blast doing that game with you yesterday. Dayton St. Joe's. We'll have that up probably. We should talk about when we're going to post that, by the way.
Yeah.
That'll be a blast. That will be a blast.
So, Marquette down 1. Creighton has the ball.
Tolo and Nick are having some fun again.
Yeah. Nick loves
Nick and Tolo. They had a blast for the Super Bowl.
Yes. Yeah, we did a Super Bowl stream for those of you who are new. And, hit 1K. Thanks to Tom Grossi, great Packers fan, in the here on YouTube, and the Grossi Posse with the raid.
Now, all of you, what we would love for you to do is binge watch us.
Yeah, binge watch, please.
Just play it because we're looking for watch time, which we have to be able to monetize the channel and build his college fund up even more.
We have Alex Scaffin saying,
I'll take care of that. I'll take it. I'll take that one. I'll take that.
We haven't had a bot in a while, though.
This does not appear to be a bot. I'll handle it.
I know.
So, what do we got going in the game here? They're down 1 with an off-balance 3. If he was going to hit that would have been a miracle. It goes over the board, and Marquette with a shot to win it. 16.8 left. 16.8. Oh, man. Oh, please, Marquette.
Hold on. What are they reviewing?
Was he out of bounds, maybe? And they're trying to figure out the time?
Oh. He obviously wasn't out of bounds, I don't think, but...
Let's see.
Looking at the...
You can't tell on that angle, but he got the shot off in plenty of time. But it didn't hit the rim, so it was a shot clock violation.
Okay. Do a Fortnite dance. Nick, do a Fortnite dance, please. Nick can virtually do a Fortnite dance. I'm working on my dance.
Don't want to see me do a Fortnite or any other dance.
I can do a bad impression of the floss a little bit. There, that's a sort of Fortnite dance. I haven't done that in years.
17.7 seconds left. I think we're also reviewing the exact amount of time left in the game.
I can do Indian dancing. Nick and I do Indian dancing.
That was at least from your version of it from the class that you had.
Yeah, we did
at school. Which I would say you probably ought to meet someone from India who does it well.
Yeah.
To really say that's Indian dancing or not.
Well, we had an instructor on the YouTube from India.
Meet them in person and see. It'll be a little bit better.
It's gritty time.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
12 seconds left. Marquette, I think, is going to try and get the last possession. You stepped out of bounds. You stepped out of bounds.
Breathe. I never see him this way. Oh.
That's just great defense, though, on the part of Creighton. That's called loaded defense.
I'll get Nick's gritty out of the archives. Take that.
Oh my gosh. And so Creighton's got the ball with 8 seconds left. 80-79.
Oh, this is gonna be.
This is heartbreak.
You said it. I said it was gonna be like a 1-point game.
This is heartbreak. If he lost control of the ball, grabbed control back, and then lost it again, and the ball went out of bounds as well as his foot. Oh, my gosh. That's just lockdown defense.
Okay, here.
Great job by Creighton, a lockdown defense there.
Here I'm getting Nick with the gritty.
Uh-oh. There we go.
Here's Nick doing the gritty on Super Bowl Sunday for the chat.
And they could have possibly called the foul, but that's one of the situations where you're rarely going to see that called. That's one of those let them play situations. Yeah, Marquette's still got a shot, but now they're going to have to play the foul game. 8.4 seconds left.
Here's Nick with the gritty. Oh, there's your gritty.
8.4 seconds left.
You got that gritty, yeah. Nick did that because we raised $1,000 for a great charity, Sunshine Kids.
Sunshine Kids, absolutely. They help kids with cancer get special experiences.
Now
Marquette's fouling. Oh, they didn't complete the foul, or they did it in the backcourt with 5.5 left.
Did he step out of bounds, or was it a foul?
It's foul. It's a foul. Oh, my gosh.
So now Marquette can go down 3.
And possibly tie it, and that's if he makes both.
And honestly, I'd rather him make that second one because you want that clock to be stopped. You don't want you.
Yeah, but 5.5 seconds is plenty of time.
True. If
you know what you're doing, if you're aware of the situation, you can run the play without having to have the clock stopped.
He makes the first, makes it a 2-point game. The second coming,
and you can see the Marquette players in communication with each other,
ready
to prepare themselves for either a miss or a make.
The shot is up, and it is No good.
So Marquette called timeout. They had one left to
Smart.
play with.
That's a very smart decision.
So they can tie it with a 2, win if it's a 3.
No, they're down 3.
No.
Oh, they're down 2. Oh,
They're down
yeah, you
2.
missed the second. Oh, that's true. So now you can win it with a 3. Can Justin Lewis come up or someone else come up clutch again? If you remember, with about 10 seconds left, Marquette at Villanova. Justin Lewis hit a huge 3 to clinch it. That's an amazing play. I watched it live. I stayed up. I was like, the game's tight. I stayed up. I'm like, I gotta watch this.
Don't try and force a 3, though.
No, that's true.
Just get whatever open shot you have.
Nick, honestly, everyone is this. I would be,
this is why college basketball is awesome.
The camera won't show my face if I stand up. So yeah, who isn't on their feet that's not streaming this game?
Oh my gosh!
Huge game. 5.2 seconds.
The entire arena is on its feet right now.
So yeah, most of it.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
You got kids.
That's what I love.
Go ahead.
This is why college basketball. You have so many games every weekend, and so many that come down to final possessions like this. It's just awesome. It's much more competitive than college football. So much more competitive. Because the teams are so much more evenly balanced in college basketball. The powerhouses are so much more balanced. And you can have so many more great games like this.
Yeah, there's not like...
I'm Mr. Cullen because I've covered sports for so long. But inside my heart's pumping.
So...
Inside my heart.
It's a 2-point game, 5.2 seconds. Marquette has it.
And it looks as if Creighton is in a bit of a semi-zone right now. They're going to have to dribble it up. What was the call? What was the call? Did he step over the line? Did he run out of time?
What?
Did he run out of 5 seconds? He stepped over the line.
What did he do? He didn't step over, did he?
It looked like he stepped over the line.
How did he do that? I didn't see that. No, Marquette
my God.
He didn't step over it?
I think he put his toe on the line.
Oh, that's... Who was that? Was that? That was Elliott.
Watch his right foot. Yep, it was on the line. It was on the line.
And now Creighton
can clinch it if they hit 2 free throws here.
You gotta hope they miss one. That's tough.
That's painful.
It is. That's true.
That's painful.
4.8 seconds left. Wow. Hits the first. They make the second, it's over.
But
if they miss it, there's life.
But if you call it with 10 minutes left in the first half, you got to call it here. The official made the right call.
Yeah, that's true. And
that's it.
Clinches it. So
that's it.
Creighton is going to win.
Oh, we got a foul call
on Creighton.
On Creighton, which if Marquette hits both free throws, it actually, in one sense, it makes it better for Creighton because it guarantees you actually they're going to take the ball out.
So here we go. So
bonus yet.
So KN, this is what's going on.
And Creighton's about to win this game. Marquette just hit a 3 with only 1/10 of a second left.
So 1/10 of a second left. Marquette makes it a 1-point game. So they essentially have to get a steal quick shot.
They can't. There's literally not enough time.
Yeah. So that's going to be it. Let's see.
When did the ball go through the hoop is the question. And it went through at
0.7.
0.7.
0.7. So
that's enough time for a steal and a shot, but you have to shoot right when you get the ball, put your feet down, put the ball up.
Yeah.
That is the only way Marquette can actually get a shot off in time.
0.6. So
you can still do that.
Yeah.
But you got to basically steal and shoot.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
The odds would be this is like a 1 in 200 chance Marquette wins this game.
So down 1.
Oh,
0.6 seconds left.
And I feel so bad for them.
Marquette finally in the bonus, though.
That's not going to
It
matter.
doesn't matter, but they finally got there.
It's not going to matter. That's it.
And it's over.
Ugh.
Heartbreaking loss for Marquette. Now they're
Gutted.
10 losses.
Just gutted.
The best
Oh.
and the best the Golden Eagles can do now is a 20-10 record.
Oh, man, that hurts.
And
You've had such heartbreak on this live streams.
Yeah.
The Packers losing on the final play, Marquette losing by 1 here to Creighton.
Oh, this is
Just hard.
the must. Hold on.
Just hard.
How many games does Marquette have left, though?
I want to say 3 games, but let me look.
They have more.
I think it's 2.
They
have 3 more regular season games. But home against Butler, at DePaul, home against St. John's, and then the Big East tournament.
You gotta hope you win all those. And at this point, if Marquette wants a 3 seed, you gotta win the Big East tournament. And
well, I don't think they're going to get a 3 seed in the NCAA. You do not get a 3 seed in the NCAA with 10 losses.
True, that's true. And yeah, but at this point, you're just hoping for 6 seed.
Yeah.
You really don't want a 4 or 5 because then you're facing the 1 seed.
All you can do right now is just play the best you can.
Yeah.
Get in the right frame of mind for the tournament. Don't worry about what your seeding is. If you want to win this tournament, you're going to have to beat the great teams anyway.
Fair.
So just go. Just play your game.
So heartbreaking loss.
But we want to thank all of you for being on the ride with us in this. What's going to help us the most in terms of our watch time to help our channel get closer to monetization is once this video is done, go play it back. Go play it back on your device. If you got a device that you're not using, go play it back. Refresh it after about an hour. And yeah, that will help our channel big time. That'll help us big time.
And if you want to binge watch, IG message us at Sorgy Stories, and we'll figure all that out.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
your final score:
82
Creighton over Marquette. For a really sad little buddy, I'm Daddy.
So long from Sorgy Stories Studios in Milwaukee. See everybody.